Hey my friend, welcome to Fightmaster Yoga. I'm Leslie Fightmaster. You might have heard that we started a new Patreon page, and a lot of questions that I've been getting recently on the page are about my daily practice. So I thought I would share with you my daily practice. So what you'll need today is a couple of blocks and a strap. And I always like to sit up on a bolster or a pillow just so that my hips are higher than my knees. But that is something that feels better in my body, so you can try it on yours and see how you feel. So beginning, just sit up nice and tall. I usually just sit with my shins crossed so that I can ground myself. So start taking long, smooth breaths in and out through the nose. Now on those days where I don't feel particularly grounded, I'll take one of my hands, or both, and place it onto the hard floor or right onto, if I find some wood, I'll put it on the wood or I'll put it on my mat so that I can feel a nice sturdiness beneath me, and that helps me feel a little more grounded. And I always like to begin with an intention, as you probably realize by now. So let's bring our hands together. May this practice give me the energy that I need for the day and help me to be the best person that I can be, both in my mind, my body, and in my spirit, or all three. And then add whatever intention you would like to have. Let's release the hands, let your eyes softly blink open. So I will usually start standing at the front of my mat because I like to do a sun salutation in the beginning of my practice to see how my body is feeling. Now I don't do a full sun salutation, I do a modified one to begin. So starting at the front of the mat, feet together or hips width, stand up nice and tall, lift your chest, and see if you can feel that groundedness again now through the feet. And inhale, reach your arms up, and just pause to make sure that you're not arching the lower back. And then exhale, fold forward, hinging from the hips, bend the knees as much as you need to on this first one. And then inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, make your way into plank. And then take the knees down. Shift forward about an inch, lower all the way to the belly. Slide your hands by your low ribs and inhale, little cobra. And then as you exhale, press up onto the knees and tuck the toes. Come to down dog. Now in my first down dog, a lot of times I like to take my feet as wide as the mat. And then I like to hold on to the sides of the mat with my hands. Then I'll bend the knees and stretch out my back and then stretch out through the legs. I don't do it every time, but it feels nice. So just breathing here. This is where I start to see what my body is feeling like and how much yoga I'm going to practice, how much asana I'm going to practice that day. So let's take the feet and hands, hips and shoulders distance. Take one more breath in. Exhale it all out, bend the knees, look up, and step or hop your feet up. And then inhale, lengthen, and exhale to fold. Press through your feet, reach all the way up on your inhale, and exhale the hands down. And then sun salutation again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, step back to plank. This time I'm going to keep my knees up, but you can always take yours down. Lower chaturanga. You can go all the way to the floor or halfway down. Then inhale into up dog, or you can stay with cobra depending on how your back is feeling. And then exhale to down dog. So now I've done my second sun salutation. I might bicycle out my legs here on this next one because I'm still a little bit tight in my hamstrings and my calves. But I always want to end out holding it with my back stretched as much as I can. And then by the time I get to this sun salutation, I sort of have a general idea of my energy level. And today, I have to be honest, it is not really high. So by this time I know that I'm probably going to do a little less asana and a little more pranayama. Take one more breath in. Exhale it out, bend the knees, look up, step or hop up. And inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Press down to rise up as you inhale. And exhale. I like to do a Surya Namaskar B, at least one. So inhale, bend the knees and reach up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, step or float. If you want to float, land in Chaturanga. Inhale, pressing into up dog. And exhale back into down dog, or of course cobra. One inhale, step the right foot up, spin the back heel down, warrior one. And then exhale, lower right back down. If you're getting tired, please take the knees down through Chaturanga or hold plank. Inhale and exhale. On the inhale, step the left foot up, back heel down for warrior one. And exhale, lower back down. Hug the elbows in. Inhaling up. Exhaling back. Breathing here. Now, anytime you want to take a child's pose instead of holding down dog, that's always an option. Draw in through the ribs and belly, press into the base of your fingers, lift up through the forearms. This time, as I exhale, I'm going to walk my hands back to the feet and take my feet as wide as the mat and come into Malasana. I like this pose because it stretches out the back and it helps to open up the hips a little bit. And then I mentioned pranayama practice, so while I'm here, I'm going to do Kapalabhati breath. It's one of my favorites. So it's an inhale through the nose is more, well, the inhale is more passive and the exhale is more pronounced. So it sounds like you're blowing a candle out through your nose, but make sure that you do breathe in, otherwise you're going to run out of air. So first exhale everything out. We're just going to do one round of breath. Inhale and exhale. Now nice long inhale, here we go. Inhale, hold. Let's hold the breath in. And then exhale. I'm going to do one more round, just like that. So every time you exhale, make sure to pull your belly in and up so you really feel like you're using your belly muscles. Take an inhale and an exhale. And here we go again. Inhale. Inhale, hold. Pull the belly in, lift the pelvic floor muscles. And then as you exhale, walk yourself back out into down dog. So we did 2 rounds of 27 exhales, which I believe, if I'm doing my math correctly, equals 54. So we're going to make it up to 108. I like to do them in rounds of 108 because it's such an auspicious number. Take a breath in. Exhale everything out. Bend the knees, look up and step or hop up. Then inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, inhale for Utkatasana. And exhale to Samasthiti. So we're going to add another round of 27 pumps each for 2 more times actually, but not yet. First, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Lengthen, inhale. Exhale, step back, just the left foot, and keep the right knee over the ankle. Pause here. If it's hard to reach the floor, grab your brick. Left hand down, inhale, reach up through the right arm. Try to pull the right hip back a little, or sorry, the left hip back a little. No, it is your right hip. Whoops. Right hip back. And then exhale, sweep this right arm down, spin your back heel onto the floor, line up heel to arch, and come into warrior 2. And then exhale here. Make sure the knee is over the ankle, your heel to arch. Hold the knee over the ankle, reverse, and then bend into the front knee, exhale. And then inhale, come on up. As you exhale, again, windmill the arms down. Make your way to down dog any way you like. You could step right to it or come to plank first and lower chaturanga. Inhaling up, exhaling back. Take a breath in and exhale it out. Keep pressing back. So you're pressing the weight up through the hips and then down through the heels. The inner thighs spin back. One more breath in. Exhale it out. Bend the knees, step or hop up. Inhale, lengthen. And fold as you exhale. Press through your feet, rise up on your inhale. And exhale. Now inhale again, reach up. As you exhale, hinge from the hips and fold. Then inhale, lengthen halfway. Now we'll step the right foot back, keep the left foot forward. Make sure the knee is over the ankle. Get your brick, if it's hard to reach the floor, pull the left hip back and stretch up. Take another breath here. Imagine you're holding a block between the inner thighs. And then swing this arm down, take your back heel down. Make sure you're lining up heel to arch with your feet as you come up into warrior two. So just double check the feet. Make sure the left knee is in line with the middle toes. And then reverse, bending into the left knee, just a little side stretch. Inhale back up. And exhale. Bring the hands down. Again, make your way to down dog any way you like. This time I'm just going to step right back to it. You can join me there or come to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale to down dog. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And another breath in. Exhale it all out, bend the knees, look to the hands, and either step or hop up. Then inhale, lengthen, and fold as you exhale. Press through your feet, reach all the way up, inhale, and exhale, bring the hands down. Now turn to the long side of the mat. Step your feet out as wide as you like for triangle pose. Sometimes a little longer stance is good, sometimes a little shorter. Turn your right leg all the way out, line up heel to arch. Inhale the arms up, hinging from the hips, exhale, bring the right hand down. So you can use a block here as well, or you can take your hand onto your shin, or maybe the floor. Press into the big toe mound of the right foot, stretch up through the left arm. Bring bottom ribs forward, top ribs back. And then looking down, inhale, come up, switch the block if you're using it. Left leg out, exhale, hinge from the hip, and reach down. Stretching up through the right arm, press into the big toe mound now of your left foot. Try to lengthen from your hip through your armpit on the bottom side of the torso as you spin the top ribs back. One more breath here. Now looking down, we'll inhale, come on up, bring your block. Now square your hips to the front of your mat, line up front heel with back heel, and take the block on the little toe side or the big toe side's a little bit easier of the foot for twisted triangle. Bring the right hand behind you, lift left arm up, inhale here. Exhale, take the left hand down, lengthen, inhale, pull the right hip back and twist. I like to twist in my practice, some sort of twisting every time I practice. This is really good for the spine. We already did a smaller twist. This one's a little more challenging. And then inhale, come on up. So I usually work from postures that are a little easier to a little more difficult. So turn to the back of the mat, line up heel to heel. Make sure you're squaring hips and shoulders. Right arm up, inhale. Exhale, hinge from the hip, bring a right hand to the block. Pull the chest forward, pull the left hip back as you exhale and twist and reach up. If it bothers the shoulder, you can always keep the hand at the lower back. Imagine you're holding a block between the inner thighs here, and breathe. One more breath. And release. Inhale, come up, bring your feet to parallel. I like to stretch out my shoulders a little bit, so point your toes in a little, take the arms up, inhale, interlace the fingers, then open the chest, look up, inhale, and then exhale forward. This is called Prasarita Padottanasana. See? Yeah, it's a nice shoulder stretch. Shift the weight toward the balls of your feet a little bit. You might find that your weight likes to hang out all in the heels. If the crown of the head will rest down, you could let it. If not, no worries, or you could take it onto a block. Start to squeeze the outer hips and inner thighs in towards center. And with a nice long spine, inhale, come on up. And step or hop your feet together. And back to the front. In Tadasana, just take a couple of breaths. Notice how your body's feeling. I can feel the energy moving a little bit easier than it was in the beginning, which is nice. My headache's a little bit less, which is great. Now inhale, reach up. And exhale to fold. Lengthen as you inhale. Exhale, step or float back. One more vinyasa. Inhale, press through the hands and feet. Exhale to down dog. Look forward and step or hop to seated. And we'll lie back and set up for bridge pose, but we'll add our Kapalabhati to the bridge. Heels under knees, make sure the outer edges of your feet are parallel. So before you come up, just tilt your pelvis a little bit. Keep the belly lifted, press into the heels. Inhale, come up. Spiral the thighs in like you're holding a block. Take a big breath in. And an exhale. And here we go, Kapalabhati. Inhale, big breath. Inhale, hold. Pull the belly in, lift the pelvic floor. Exhale, release, lower down. Soles of feet together, knees apart. Take a hand on your belly and a hand on your heart center. And pause here for something that you're grateful for today. Something or someone. All right, one more round. Take the feet back to parallel, hip socket distance apart, heels under knees. And again, little tilt to the pelvis. Keep your belly pulled in, press down into the heels, come on up. And keep the palms down or roll the shoulders down, interlace. Take an inhale and an exhale. Keep lengthening sitting bones towards the backs of the knees. Now inhale, we'll do our second round. Actually our third and last. Inhale. Inhale, hold. And release, exhale. One more time, soles of feet together, knees apart. Correction, that was our fourth and final round. Hand on the belly, hand on the heart center. And now it's a little extra open heart energy when we do back bends. So take a couple breaths here and connect in with your heart's desire. What would you like to bring into your life? What would you like to accomplish or do or be? And then release it. Bring your feet again to the floor. grab a block if you have it. If not, if you don't have a block, just lift your legs from here. If you have a block, take it right at the base of the spine for supported bridge, and then lift the legs. I like to do this for my inversion, or if I have more energy, I'll do a handstand, or a couple handstands, or pinch Mayurasana forearm balance. I don't do a lot of headstands and shoulder stands anymore because I have a neck injury, but those are great options as well if your body enjoys them. Mine unfortunately doesn't anymore, so I only do them a little. And then slowly begin to bend your knees, taking your feet back down, lift off your block, and hug your knees into your chest. And rock a little side to side. Now some days from here, I will roll up and do some seated poses like forward folds or maybe seated twists. But today, I just feel like if I take a happy baby, that'll give my back a nice release. So I'm gonna do that. So I'm holding the sides of my feet. If you can't reach the feet, grab onto your legs. But try as best you can to lengthen your sitting bones toward the floor so your spine's really long. And now keep your right knee hugging in, extend your left leg out, take an inhale. As you exhale, take it across to the left side. I like to do one more twist at the end. Look over the right shoulder. And then head to center, bring it back. Hug the left knee into the chest. Extend the right leg, take an inhale. And exhale, bring it across, looking over the left shoulder. Now if it's too intense, you can always bend both knees. Inhale back to center and then making my way into Shavasana. So for me, Shavasana will either be my legs will stretch out. If I feel discomfort in my lower back, I might put something underneath my knees or even keep my knees bent. My back feels pretty good today, so I'm just gonna extend the legs. Have a little eye pillow I like to use. And then arms by the sides with the palms facing up as a gesture to receive. Now in Shavasana, I just release the breath and try to let my mind be quiet. But if I'm having one of those days where my mind will not be quiet, then I will say to myself as I'm inhaling, I am breathing in. As I'm exhaling, I am breathing out. Or I might just say on the inhale in, on the exhale out. So do what you can to release those thoughts. If they're not releasing, try in, out. Our quote today comes from Gandhi. I offer you peace. I offer you love. I offer you friendship. I see your beauty. I hear your need. I feel your feelings. My wisdom flows from the highest source. I salute that source in you. Let us work together for unity and love. On your next inhale, just make it a little bit longer. Start to make some movements in your fingers and your toes, your hands and your legs, arms. Stretch. And bend your knees. Roll yourself off to your right side. And as you're here, take a moment to quietly thank yourself for taking your practice today and taking good care of yourself. And then make your way up to seated. I noticed while I was in Shavasana, I heard water in the background. I don't know if you can hear it, but that's our cat's drinking fountain. We forgot to unplug, but it was kind of nice. Let's take the hands together. Let's bring our hands to the forehead to remind us to have clear and loving thoughts. Our hands to the heart center, reminding us to have clear and loving intentions. And our hands to the mouth, reminding us to have clear and loving communications, sending out this positive energy that we all created today to all beings everywhere. Namaste. I thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and you can hit the little bell for notifications for when new videos come out, and push the like button. And I would love for you to join our Patreon community because it is so nice to be able to communicate in a more intimate setting with you. So that would be awesome. There's a link below for that as well. Have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye.